Hello viewers, my name is Kekhruohinuo Christina Rame, pursuing my Masters in Political Science from lovely Professional University. Today let's discuss on the topic Indian Legislature, its structure, functions and powers. So to begin with, let's start with introduction of what is Legislature. The Legislature is the most important of the three branches of government. Making laws is the first role of government. Next come those of enforcing the law and making decisions. So the legislature is the first organ of government. The government has three organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. And legislature plays as the first organ and the most important of the three branches. The word leg signifies law. Lature is the place where laws are made, and legislature refers to the place for lawmaking. In simple word, we can say that legislature legislate the law. Another word that is used to describe the legislature is parlement. The word parler is derived from the French verb parler, which means to discuss or to deliberate. By defining parliament in this manner, we may say that it refers to the venue for discussions. Combining the two perspectives, we may say that the legislature, often known as parliament, is the branch of government that makes law through discussion. Every democratic state places a great deal of importance on the legislature. It is the assembly of the people's elected representatives, and it stands for the will and power of the people across the country. Now, let's discuss on the structure of legislature. There are two types of legislature, namely bicameral and unicameral. So let's discuss on bicameral. India have bicameral legislature. A legislature with two houses or chamber is referred to as being bicameral. Several contemporary legislature, especially those in large states, are bicameral or having two houses. Here bi means two, cameral means houses. So when we talk about bicameral, we are talking about two houses of the legislature. The first house is typically referred to as the lower house and the second house as the upper house. Bicameral legislatures are found in other countries, including Australia, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and Switzerland. Now, unicameral. Unicameralism refers to a single-chamber legislature. There are a few states with unicameral legislature or legislature with only one house, typically tiny states and provinces under a federal government. The unicameral legislature are in use in a number of states including China, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, Turkey and Portugal. All of the cantons, provisions in Canada and Switzerland have unicameral state legislatures. India have unicameral legislatures in 6 states and 2 union territories. Now let's discuss on the two houses of legislature, namely Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha, the House of People, known as the lower house, it is called as the mother of Indian executive. It has 552 members, out of which 530 are member of states, 20 are member of union territory, and 2 are member of Anglo-Indian community. The tenure are 5 years. It has reservation for SC/ST, Anglo-Indian community. It has reservation for OBC and women. It can be dissolved at any time by president. It is directly elected. And in the House of Rajya Sabha, the Councils of State, also known as the upper house or the state house, its member has 250, out of which 238 are representative of the state and 12 are elected by the president. Its tenure is 6 years. 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years. There is no reservation for SC/ST Anglo-Indian community. There is no equal representation to the state. It is a permanent house, so it cannot be dissolved by the president. In the House of Rajya Sabha, it is indirect election. Now let's talk about the functions and powers of legislature. Legislative or law-making function. The first and foremost function of legislature is to legislate, that is to make law. The second is deliberative function. Legislature's important duties include deliberating on matters of public interest, challenges, and needs. Third is custodian of national finances. It manages the country's money bill and holds the budget. Without the legislature's consent, the executive cannot raise or spend any money. The yearly budget must be prepared by the administration and is approved by the legislature. In addition to passing the budget, the legislature is the sole body that has the authority to impose, repeal, or collect any kind of tax. Control over the executive. The executive is collectively accountable to the legislature of all of its acts, decisions, and policies under a parliamentary system of government in India. By passing a motion of no confidence or by opposing an executive order, budget, or statute, the legislature has the authority to impeach the executive. In a sense, the legislature is made up of the prime minister and all other ministers. They must follow the parliament's policies and procedures. The next is constituent function. The legislature is also almost every state has the power to amend the constitution. According to the method outlined in the constitution, the legislature must approve special legislation, often known as amendments. In some states, the legislature must approve the amendment with a two-thirds or third-fourth or majority vote in order for it to pass. Electoral function. The vice president is chosen by the two houses of the Indian parliament. The electoral college made up of all duly elected member of parliament and member of legislative assemblies chooses Indian's president. Judicial function. Traditionally, the legislature is granted certain judicial authority. The legislature is typically tasked with serving as a court of impeachment or an investigating court to try and remove high-ranking public officials on charges of treason, misdemeanors, and high crimes. In India, the president may be impeached by the Union Parliament. Additionally, it has the authority to adopt a resolution calling for the dismissal of Supreme Court and High Court judges for misconduct or incapacity. Last and the foremost is miscellaneous functions. Some legislatures are assigned specific executive tasks. In any all Indian service may be established or discontinued with the approval of Rajya Sabha. Also, legislatures have the responsibility of accepting, disapproving, or altering any executive branch plans and policies. Now, coming to the conclusion of Indian legislature, thus the legislative branches of government, it plays a crucial and active part in the exercise of the state sovereign power. As a matter of fact, the state legislature is its legal sovereign. It has the authority to make any state decision into a law. The primary source of law is the legislature. It serves as both a reflection of public opinion at large and a representation of the people's power. Thank you.